Yeah, why relationships or ending of relationships for a lot of people, and in particular for men, can be so devastating. I know that one of the reasons for that is because you pour a lot of yourself into the relationship itself and also into the other person. So when it all comes to an end for whatever reason, um, and of course there's a whole bunch of reasons I could discuss in this video, which I'm not going to. You do not only, like I said, or I'm saying now, you do not only let go of the other person, but you also let go of everything that you put into that other person and also into the relationship. Meaning that you let go of a part of yourself that you cannot get back anymore. And also very important to mention, of which you might not even want to have back anymore or take back anymore into your life or embody anymore, I should say. If I reflect upon my own past relationship, the person that I was, he is a part of the past. And I can in no way, shape, or form embody him anymore at all. Like I cannot. Uh, and I think that's a major issue that people don't really understand or maybe find it difficult or hard to grasp is because the you that you were being or pretending to be all along, it's just gone. Like it doesn't exist. And thinking back, because I'm not a bitter person or at all, quite happy with myself. Um, Thinking back, I realized that I had to let go of him as well, as that version that wasn't putting himself or wasn't making himself enough of a priority in his own life. Because we men tend to give more than we should sometimes to our significant other, and give it in a maybe in an unconditional way, just to come to the realization that for a lot of women, relationships are very conditional. But what I'm trying to say in particular and for the most is that be mindful of the fact that when being together with with a person comes to an end, it's not only the relationship itself comes to an end, it's also, and that's very can be very stinging, the version of you that lived in that relationship doesn't exist anymore either. Um, or at least fragments or bits and maybe very important parts of that version of yourself no longer exist. You made it up for yourself, or you created it for yourself, most likely, to make the relationship work. Oftentimes, you then eventually, when I look at myself too, you realize those parts ending up, those parts were specifically for that situation. And then you come to the realization that it wasn't even necessary anymore, especially if it wasn't really appreciated, if you know what I'm saying. When I talk about this topic, I realize that sometimes I might come across as a bit vague, and that's because I do not want to bad talk anyone. And I have children who are watching or might be watching and listening along too. So I don't want to throw anyone under the bus. But I still hope that this message is clear. When the relationship ends, it's not just the relationship that ends, but it's the version of you that was inside of it. And you need, at some point, to say farewell to him because he just doesn't exist anymore. And if that means that it leaves you in a kind of like a void in which you do not know how you should actually be, or how you should actually be as a man, I would almost say congratulations, because that means you have reached a point in which you can reflect with yourself and try to understand yourself better, figure out what the things are that you do and do not want for yourself anymore, ever at all, and the things that you definitely do want to welcome into your life. I'd say congratulations, because if what didn't work out for you isn't working out for you anymore, it means that the pathway is open for a new and more balanced and more aligned version of you. And that means that whichever person you do or do not meet, and whether it's one or multiple, I don't know. If you're mindful enough, the right person will just eventually come along your way.